So I just came back from a family trip to Disneyland, and this was a special one. You see, I've been to Disneyland many times. My husband and I even have magic key passes that we let expire for reasons, and so much of my experience has been that of childless adults. Well, this time we experienced Disneyland as first-time parents. My most recent experience with Disneyland, other than this visit, is being pregnant, and there are some things I wish I had known or information I was looking for not only during the pregnancy, but also as a first-time parent. Now, there are a lot of resources out there, many blogs that list stuff, vlogs that actually document their experience. So if that's more what you're looking for, certainly check out those videos instead. So this is not my normal type of videos, and while I do vlogs here and there, definitely don't expect everything to be about Disney parks. I wanted to make this video as kind of a helpful guide for those going to the park during pregnancy or for those going for the first time with a baby. I will do a few more videos here and there of the park, and of course I am always open to questions. I'm not sure if you can tell, I am also very sick, so I'm just going to get through this as best I can. Now, if you're not interested in any additional information or my own experience and just want to know the rides that you can go on during pregnancy or with an infant, I will do a separate video that just focuses on the rides, because if I put it in this one, it will just be too long of a video. For this video, I'll just discuss how I felt returning to the park as a parent this time, would I do it again, hotel experience, how the baby care center was, character interactions with pregnancy pictures, and finally dining with a baby. So if the rides are more something that you are interested in, skip this video and look for that one. Was it worth it, and would I do it again? If you're going to Disney or really any theme park with a baby, one of the more common things you'll hear is, why are you taking them? They won't remember it. Well, it's not for them, it's for you, the parent. Sure, they're not going to remember it, but you are. That's how my husband and I looked at this trip. We were super excited to see our baby experience things for the first time. Does he know who Mickey Mouse is? No, not at all, but it was super cute to see him meet Mickey. Now, would I go again with a young baby? For reference, my son is 5 months when we went. I don't know. Seeing the way the characters interacted with him and his wonderment while riding some of the rides was just so great, but I don't think it would have been very much different waiting a few more months or even if he was a year. Some characters were so dedicated to him. We had one interaction with Pluto who focused fully on him to the point that even the character attendants were trying to pull Pluto away so the next family could meet him. But then we met with Darth Vader, which has a pretty brief window for meeting, and the baby was asleep, so we didn't get that one with him. The rides were hit and miss. Rides like Winnie the Pooh, where it's very colorful, went over great. He was looking wide-eyed all around in amazement, whereas other dark rides or rides outside he didn't care about. For instance, Alice in Wonderland is inside and outside. All the colors inside he was looking at, but the moment we went outside, he lost interest. Every baby is different, so this may or may not be your experience. Knowing what I know now, if I could redo this trip planning, well, it would still happen because our magic keys were expiring and we were not renewing, so we wanted to get one more park in. Like, the last day at the park was the expiration date. But if we didn't have that added time limit, I would have said, let's wait a little bit longer. The hotel. Now, we wanted to stay on property at the Disneyland Hotel. We were trying the site David's Rentals for the first time, but unfortunately, when they checked, there was no availability, and when we tried to do it ourselves, the cost jumped up like $1,000 from the time we looked, so we stayed at a Good Neighbor Hotel. It was right across the street, a super quick walk to the park, and the name of the hotel is Fairfield Anaheim Resort. For a 5-day, 4-night stay with 2 queen beds, the total was $2,095. Now, this was at the start of spring break, so that very well could have impacted the price. It was an 8+ hour drive from our home to the hotel. Our vehicle was packed up, so the big concern was, what would the baby be sleeping on? If you have this concern as well, call ahead or just ask at the desk. They have a pack and play they will offer you free of charge, as far as I know. This was the second hotel we stayed at. The first one was in Valencia, California for Six Flags Magic Mountain, and they had a rolling crib for $25. When I asked for something for the baby to sleep in at Fairfield, they did not mention a cost, nor did we notice any. My understanding is that the Disneyland resorts do offer a full-size crib, but they have a very limited number of them, so if they don't have one available when requested, you'll be offered a pack and play. Now, when I heard pack and play, I immediately packed our pack and play cover, and I'm so glad that I did. My only issue, and I do understand why they do this, but they did not have the attachment that raises the pad up, and since I have a baby who is not standing yet, having that attachment is important because for him right now, having him at the bottom of the pack and play is just too deep. Yes, I know my pack and play is messy with too much in it. We don't use it that much anymore, so a lot of toys end up in it that we use for floor time. Anyway, had I known that, I would have just taken our attachment as well as the cover, maybe even the pad too, so be aware if that is a concern for you too. The baby care centers. Disneyland has 2 baby care centers, one in each park. The first one is in Disneyland at the end of Main Street across from the Little Red Wagon, and the second baby care center is in DCA in San Francisco. It is located next to Ghirardelli, kind of pushed back a bit, and you can get to it through Cars Land as well, going through Fillmore's. I will be upfront and honest here. For me and my needs with my baby, the baby care centers were much more of a hassle to utilize than anything. I think if I were a nursing mother or my child was older, then this would have been much more worth it. So the baby care centers have high chairs with tables, a couple of chairs, a children's table, changing tables, a sink, microwave, bottle warmers, a nursing area with privacy curtains, a bathroom with smaller toilets, and a vending machine where you can buy things such as diapers, baby food, and some formula. Now, for me, the issue was that they absolutely would not allow strollers in. I was by myself a lot of the time, so it was much easier to use the changing spots in the bathrooms as there was enough space to have the stroller or even use a larger stall, or to find a companion bathroom so I could bring the stroller in and use the bathroom myself as well. It was more effort to go to the baby care center, find a place to park the stroller, carry the baby, and unload everything that I needed, plus any valuables, speak to the center's cast members, and then change my baby. The baby care center does get busy as well. The few times I went, it was crowded. Only once over the 3 days while using the changing area in the women's bathroom did I have people waiting for me to finish. I will say there are issues with the companion bathrooms as well. When I went into the ones in Galaxy's Edge, none of them had functioning changing tables. It's also almost guaranteed that you're going to be waiting a while for an open companion bathroom. They are not located at every bathroom, and where they are located, there's usually only 2, and they get filled up pretty fast. Back to the baby care centers, my child is not old enough to sit on his own, so again, it was easier to find a place for me to sit so that I could feed him in his stroller. One of the days, I thought I packed enough diapers, but we ended up running out, and we went to this baby care center to buy some more diapers, but they only had size 3 and 4, and they told us to go to Sarge's in Cars Land. Again, I think if I was a nursing mother or my son was older, this would have been much more useful. But as it stands right now, there were better and easier options for me and my family. Pregnancy pictures with characters. Now, I'll be quick with this one. I wanted to mention it as I did search online and I could not find any information. I did make my pregnancy announcement video during one of my pregnant visits to Disneyland. Apparently, you cannot do any form of pregnancy announcement with a character. All I wanted to do was take a picture while I held a onesie, and man, the photographer jumped on me. It was actually kind of aggressive. Now, they did not explain right away, so I was confused. They told me they couldn't do a picture with the item I wanted, so then I asked, can I do it with this item instead? To which they said, no, that item's not allowed either. So I asked for one more item before they finally said pregnancy announcements with characters are not allowed. They did not give me a reason, nor did I ask for one. I honestly should have, just so I had that information. And like I said, I didn't see anything against it online. My assumption is for the same reason that proposals with characters are not allowed, which is fairly well known. Disney does not allow proposal pictures in case the proposal is not accepted, so they don't wish to have a negative moment associated with the character. I believe you can take engagement photos, and if you have your wedding there, characters may show up, but the proposal itself is a no. I'm assuming they do not want pregnancy announcements with characters in case something happens to the pregnancy, but again, that is my assumption. Obviously, you can take pictures with the characters pregnant, but the announcement is not allowed, so be aware. Dining with a baby. Every time that we go to Disney, we are always eating at the restaurants. Now, I'm not going to talk about the quality of the food, what I think about the dining experience in general, or go over each place. I will do a different video about the character dining, but that will also not be something I discuss now. Every restaurant we went to had a different size high chair, and the smallest one was still too big for my son, and he is a big baby. This kid is 5 months wearing 12-month outfits, so he's that big. He also is not able to fully sit up on his own. I did buy a high chair cover to strap him in, but the high chair was still too small for it. My mom told me to roll up a blanket and wrap it around him, and that did work pretty well. Now, not every restaurant will let you do this. I'll have to ask next time we go, but some will let you take the stroller to the table. I had to do this at Cafe Orleans. I did it at Jazz Kitchen in downtown Disney. I could have done it for Carthay Circle Lounge, and I also did it for Goofy's Kitchen and Plaza Inn. So if you need the stroller, be sure to ask and be aware that if they do permit it, you will most likely be sitting outside. I hope this information was helpful and can give you some guidance with peace of mind when going to the park. I will do a few more videos with information, the rides safe for pregnancy and infants I will have up very soon, but always feel free to let me know any questions that you may have. Again, this is not my normal type of video, but I will do videos like this every now and then. If you would like, do the things like, comment, subscribe, or not. My name is Bean. I mostly talk about manga, anime, and manhwa, but sometimes I will do things like this. Check out the description for links to the model that I'm using and any images here that I've purchased. Okay, bye.